Hello, hello, hello. Starting out week 11. Playing Get the Run In before all the thunderstorms hit. Ooh boy. Getting week 11 going. Getting out for a nice base building 30-ish minute run. There is a combination right now of nice blue sky and, I don't know, certain death. Either way, it should make for an interesting run. Yikes. Should have enough time though. It looks like the rain's not supposed to be here for another like 45, so had to get it in when I could. Getting going again. There's a bit of a situation update. Recovery for the 10-mile run. I may have picked up an injury. The good news is it's probably one of the most minor and very common injuries that a runner can pick up. I must sadly announce that my index toe on my right foot, the toenail, is not long for this world. It's a real mess, but definitely coming apart, and we'll just leave it at that. Definitely not too bad. Not the first toenail I will lose. It certainly won't be the last, but it's the current one. The things we put up with as runners. Ooh, it's starting to thunder. Will I make it back in time? Getting close, it's getting close. Overall, the recovery went fine. The hips are sore, but ultimately I didn't really do anything over the weekend to help myself recover. I was very active around the house and doing things that don't help with recovery, like going out for drinks and whatnot, so that's my bad. But overall I feel fine, so getting back at it already on Monday, 48 hours later, so woot woot. Starting to get first drops of rain. And I mistimed it. This is quite pleasant rain, but those clouds look like they can be a lot heavier. The smell of wet cement. I actually haven't been out in rain for a run in a really long time. So, is it weird that I'm kind of having fun? Nah, it's fun. That's the whole point of doing this. One of the things I've gotten into this year is Formula One. It's so entertaining. Kind of grew up as a NASCAR fan. And as soon as I started watching F1, I was like, oh, a broadcast that doesn't completely suck. So much more fun to watch. And it doesn't take the entire day to watch a race. Fantastic. Qualifying's entertaining. Even better. Even the practice sessions are worth watching. How great is that? That being said, this amount of rain, it would be silly to put on inters. The ground is barely wet. It's just a nice, pleasant, cool rain so far. But will there be a transition point? Ah! Hello, hello. It's week 11. This is run 2. It's very cloudy. I'm doing some hill repeats. Yay. For these hills is ultimately just to get myself a little bit tired up by the time I get to the top. Something like upper zone 4, just get the heart rate cooking. Then see what it takes to get my heart rate back down to zone 2, going back down. just kind of playing around with recovery pace and feeling out what's slow enough to recover but quick enough to still maintain potential half marathon pace, just so I know in the race I hit like a steep hill, some kind of nasty kicker that causes the heart rate to jump up. I'll have an idea of where I need to be after it to get it back down and get back on target. That is rep 2 done. Got the heart rate into zone 4 there. So now I just try to get it down, maintain pace, educate myself about myself and where I'm at when it comes to rep recovery. Fun stuff. It's rep 3 done. Just about at zone 5 at the end. So it'll be interesting to see how far it gets down. That time I'll reach the bottom. Oh boy. So what I ultimately learned there is that throughout that first 5K or so, I hit those hills at about 505 per kilometer, which is fast for what I'm going to be targeting for a half. That caused the heart rate to spike up to zone 4, almost zone 5. But then coming back down, I was able to hold that pace or close to it. By the time I got back to the start, the heart rate was recovered. So what I'm going to take from that is ultimately first half of the half marathon or so, if I hit a big hill that blows up my heart rate, I don't need to panic. I can recover. It'll be fine. Tell myself that it'll be fine. End of week 11, which means it's final long run time. Ooh, how exciting. Plan for today, we're just gonna go out, get a cheeky 10K in, keep the mileage a bit lower, just kind of run to feel. I should be well under an hour, but if the feel says slower, I'm also gonna turn around at 30 minutes because I feel like running over an hour right now is just asking to make my legs sore. So I probably won't benefit from it too much. So this is more about just getting out and feeling good. And just checking in with how things are tapering off. Just hit the turnaround through 5K in like just under 28. So pretty happy with that. I think I'm more happy with just the fact that nothing really hurts too bad. So just some minor soreness that feels like it's on its way out. So good signs. Something that's kind of fun about this run is that exactly 7 days from now, I'll already be back home having successfully completed the half marathon with nothing going wrong and everything will be happy. Yeah, manifest that. All right, plan for the next week ahead. This video will basically end after this run at the end of week 11. And then plan on just documenting the whole week, Sunday through Friday night, in preparation for the race on Saturday morning. And then the race itself is going to be its own separate video. So it starts from when I wake up to when I head home. Should be fun. Hope you guys stick around and check it out. And post half marathon, just plan for the channel in general. I kind of want to take all of the video I've filmed since week 1, just edit the whole thing down to one race documentary. I think that'd be fun. So, different skill set, but will require me to learn a lot of new things, but it's kind of exciting for me, so that's going to be on the near future for me. Okay, run's gone pretty well. It was K9, so 1K left. Paces have been on point, if not a touch fast. Heart rate's been a touch high though, so about 5 beats per minute higher than I would like. Just kind of starting to flirt with that threshold pace, which can't hold that for a half marathon, that's for sure. So that'll do it for the last week of full training. It's quite exciting. Next week we'll have a couple short runs, and we'll take some time to survey the course online and come up with a race strategy, and then we'll see how well I execute it, or if I have to make any last second audibles on race day. Fun stuff ahead. See you later.